Early in the morning.
What's going on, people? It's your boy Cam, Topical Juice, and I'm currently at work right now. It's on lunch, by the way, lunch break, so I'm not working during work hours. If anyone from my work is looking at this thinking, I brought my camera to work today because I wanted to get this video done ASAP at work so I can edit it when I get home. So as you can see from the title, it's going to be something along the lines of justice for Sabina Nessa, something along the lines of that. Because once again we're here. Once again, we find ourselves in a situation where a man, a violent man, an insecure man, a beta man, whatever you want to call them, has taken the life of a woman, another woman. Now, this happens very often, happens very frequent, especially to women of color. You know what? Let me take that back. I don't like the word color because white is a color. I don't like that where white's normal and black's and other things color. So. A minority women, do you understand? It happens a lot to minority women, but unfortunately it doesn't get the same recognition, nor does it get the same media coverage, nor do people care the same. So I will be doing all I can to spread further awareness about this situation, because it's just sickening. It's sickening what men are capable of, and it's sickening that people don't fully understand and fully comprehend the actual epidemic that's happening here. We have a serious problem in the UK, in the world, with violence towards women at the hands of men. Simple as facts. Anyway, let's get into this video. Make sure you like for me, hit the bell to be notified for me, hit the subscribe button if you're new. I'd really appreciate it, guys. And if you want to support your boys' merchandise, it's in the description below. Now, let me just hit you with a bit of an alarming statistic, yeah? From last year's International Women's Day to this year's International Women's Day, 180 women have been murdered at the hands of a man. Okay? Now, this is a problem. General misogyny in the UK is a problem. General sexism in the UK is a problem. Men not understanding women whatsoever, men's pride, men's ego. These are problems in society, okay? And they manifest themselves in examples like this, in violence towards women. Not only is there an epidemic of violence against women, there is a problem with violence towards minority women, okay? Black women, Asian women, all this stuff. Usually fueled by some sort of racist undertone, but not necessarily. I personally believe a lot of these women get killed for being women. I believe that's the first thing that it gets them killed. Yeah, you get women that get killed for their color, like Asian women, black women, but white women are also murdered. So overall, it's women. It's the fact that you're a woman is what's getting you killed by a lot of men, because men don't respect women. A lot of men don't view women the same. Do you understand? They don't view women as the same human being as they view their men friends. So anger and violence towards women is often on the rise because they view women through more of a sexual lens. They don't view them as a human being, so they believe they're entitled to do whatever they want to a woman, whether that's have sex with them, no matter what she wears, whether that's talk to them, attack them. Men just feel that women owe them. Do you understand? Because it's a man's world. It's a white man's world, really, truly, but it's a man's world overall. Do you understand? This story, you'd think that this story would be front page news, just getting tens of thousands of retweets, say her name, justice for Sabina, etc., etc. You'd think it would be front page news. It's not. Not even a bit is it front page news. In fact, the picture you see on your screen right now, in that newspaper, guess what page that was? Page 5? I hear you say? Oh, no. Do I hear 10? 15? Do I hear 20? 20? No? Oh, well, you'd be wrong anyway. Because that is on page 25. Okay? When Sarah Everard passed, God rest her soul, rest in peace, what page was she? She was 1. Not only was she 1, there was candlelight vigils for her and marches and things like that. Now, don't get me wrong, I stand by that, by the way. I completely agree. The coverage that Sarah Everard got, she should have got that. I don't dispute that. In fact, I was one of the YouTubers pushing, do you know what I'm saying? Pushing that story, because I think it's foul. However, my problem is the lack of consistency. Why is our beautiful Sabina, right? Why is her story exactly the same thing? Why is her story page 25. You know, I haven't even told you lot the story yet. I'll get to it at the end because there's not much to report on. Really and truly, it's quite disappointing, really. But why is her story on page 25? Look at your screens right now. Look at that little poxy section in the corner. That's page 6. Is Sabina not a woman? Did she also not get killed at the hands of a man? What's the difference between her and Sarah? Oh, what skin color you say? You'd be right. Pigmentation in the skin. Yeah, you'd be right. Anyway, before I carry on, because this story is just pissing me off. Before I carry on, let me actually tell you what happened. Now, this happened literally down the road, 5 minutes down the road from where I live, to be honest. Do you know what I'm saying? Elton, Lewisham, they're very, very close. I'm very familiar with both. They're what I consider their ends. You know, I know them like the back of my hand. So, you know, this is local. Allegedly, she was on her way to meet her friends. Now, her friend was at a bar, I believe, and as she was walking through Cater Park, that's where she got murdered. Now, from where she lives to where she was allegedly meant to meet her friend, it's 5 minutes, tops. 5 minutes. So from the moment that she had left her house to go through the park, she got targeted in the park, real quick, in the park, and never made it to her destination. I've got a few questions. She was found around 24 hours after, like, her death, allegedly, around that time, okay? Apparently no missing persons was filed. Now, I'm not blaming the friends, but if my friend, if I'm meant to be linking a friend at a pub or a bar, and that friend doesn't turn up, I'm gonna be calling them frantically. It depends what friend it is, because some friends I might leave it to the next day and be like, oh, what happened, bro? Like, did you bail or something like that? But if I've been in communication with someone, because you have to think about this logically. Most likely, if you're meeting someone that day, you've been in communication and dialogue with them throughout that day, innit? Let's be real. If I'm meeting you, the audience, and say, oh yeah, come link me at this time, we've probably been speaking throughout the day, innit? Most likely. So if my friend doesn't turn up, I'm probably gonna call missing persons, bro. I'm not gonna lie to you. Like, if I'm frantically calling and this and this, again, it depends on the friend. If it was a man, then I probably wouldn't. But I don't know if it's a female. Actually, in fact, yeah, facts. If it's a female, yeah, if it's a girl that I'm meant to be meeting and she doesn't turn up, yeah, that makes a whole big. Actually, deep that. Oh my days! I'm actually so glad I caught that on camera. Before I even carry on with that story, my thought process. That was by default. If I was meeting a boy, I probably wouldn't call. But the fact that I'm meeting a girl and she hasn't turned up, I'm gonna call. What does that tell you? It doesn't just tell you that, oh, I'm a nice guy and I care about women. Yeah, it's true, I am, and yeah, I do. But no, it's not that. It's literally that thought process was like second nature. And the reason why that is because what women go through. Anyway, let's get back to the point I was making. The point is, if it's a female, I'd be checking on them. Why the friends didn't call or maybe even call the police and report a person missing, I'm not too sure. If it's a girl and I've been in dialogue with them all day and we haven't met, I'm probably gonna call still, I can't lie. Now the second question I have is, how come the first post-mortem exam was inconclusive? How can you not conclude anything? Do you know what I'm saying? So you're telling me a woman's like turned up, yeah, dead in a park, right? 5 minutes from where she lives. Random death. Yeah, she's meant to be meeting friends, no like prior health, whatever, but as far as we know, no like health conditions or what. And you're telling me you can't conclude one thing. Not how she died, the time of death, anything. I mean, I think they got the time of death because I think they said around 24 hours, but you can't conclude anything more than that. You can't conclude, were there no wounds, no gashes, was there no bruises on the neck? Blunt force trauma on the head. You're telling me you can't find anything. Or, well, to be fair, I assume that's just what they're telling the media, because they don't always want to tell people. I understand that, but still, like, inconclusive. A big part of what a police officer does and the police force is that you're meant to actually reassure the public. Why do you think people say, "Oh, public, don't worry, we're gonna be doing this, and this. We're gonna march the area and survey the area," which they're saying to ease the public. So is letting the public know that you concluded nothing in the first post-mortem exam, that doesn't fill me with confidence. So yeah, that's just kind of contradicting my own point. That I don't think they're doing that to protect the public. Like if they were, they would say, yeah, we concluded something and it's this, right? They've made an arrest. and of a man in his 40s, and they also let him go. Yeah, they let him go. They've just let him go pending investigation. The place was 5 minutes from where she lives. She died 5 minutes within a 5-minute radius from where she lived. You understand? And where she was going, 5-minute radius. Yeah. So if I'm an investigator now, yeah, a DCI, whatever, surely you would check the surrounding areas. Now I know they probably are, but the surrounding areas, yeah, CCTV of the surrounding areas, it will not be hard to find this guy. Yeah, that park isn't, there's CCTV, but if you know that park, there's bare CCTV around there. If you know that Kidbrook, that's near the Ferrier. So if you're from Southeast, you know all about the Ferrier estate, yeah. Ferrier was a proper notorious block. Do you know what I'm saying? The Kidbrook village, where it is now, where Ferrier used to be, pretty much, bare CCTV around there. So much CCTV around there. It's a new build. So around that new build, around the park area, all around the areas, there's bare CCTV. All you got to do is literally look back to CCTV a few hours before she allegedly died. Look at who came in and out the area, CCTV, who came in and out the park, who left the park around the time that she died, who entered the park. It's not that hard. Do you know what I'm saying? So I don't want to fucking hear that no one's been found guilty for this. Sarah Everard had all the privileges, front page here, Virgil's, this awareness, that awareness, pushing that agenda, and we found the police officer that did it. And he was a police officer as well, so that makes it extra hard because their man are corrupt. I don't want to hear a damn thing about Sabina's killer not getting found. Ultimately, it's a truly, truly sad story, and it highlights the issue once again that we have in this country, and it is a global issue as well, that women need to be protected. It's no longer acceptable to just expect women to protect themselves. We have all these kind of, women should do this and women should do that. No, fuck all that. It is time to start educating men. And this is what do you think I've been doing since I've had a YouTube channel over the last 2 years? I've been educating men the same way I've been educating non-black people about issues, the way I've been educating certain people about certain things. Like that's what I do. It's very important, yeah, to educate men, because men are the ones that are doing this. Do you understand? Yeah. How often are we seeing that a man just turns up and it's a woman? Genuinely, okay? Yes, women can kill men, obviously, but find me 100, yeah? Find me 180 examples in the last year of a woman killing a man. You'll probably dig up 2, maybe 3. Seriously, like in that type of way. In fact, you won't even find one of a woman targeting a man in a park at night and killing him. You won't find one. In fact, my subscribers, challenge to you. Find me one. Literally, go on Google, because I haven't done the research. So you could find one, you could find 10. I don't know. I'm very confident you will not find one example of a woman targeting a man in that kind of context, in that way. You won't. Doesn't happen. So why does it happen so often to women? Why? Like, it's funny because it's so easy and so obvious. Like, all the world's problems are very, very easy to solve in 5 minutes when you ask why. Why this? And then, but then why? But then why? But then why? And you get to the root cause. It's called root cause analysis. Very simple, very basic. Yeah? Why do women get targeted more than men? You ask yourself that. When you find an answer, ask why again. When you get another answer, ask why again until you can't know more. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, it's a shambles. It's truly embarrassing what's happening, what men are capable of. It's truly embarrassing that we keep letting women be victims of attacks like this. Like Sabina was, I don't know, obviously I didn't know the woman, but she was a teacher at a school, do you know what I'm saying, a local school. She even helped people who didn't know English as their first language. She even helped teach English. Do you understand? Like, this is a woman that lived in London, taught in London, even taught people who didn't know English. And she wasn't English, she wasn't white. Do you understand? So this is someone who cared a lot about the community, cared a lot about her pupils, cared a lot about people. So I really think that people should care about her. Actually, in fact, just before I leave, I was even talking to a colleague of mine today at work on Microsoft Teams. And she said, Cam, when I tell you this is a genuine fear I fear for my life when I walk alone. I fear for my friends' lives, because that could have been me and my sister, that could have been my cousins. As you lot know, I have many female friends. Yeah, I've had female friends since a very young age. For as long as I've known them, they've said the same thing. Why do you think they say that? Do you think the same way all black people, or most black people think the same, and white people just seem to think, oh, that just black people are lying about their experience, yeah? That seems to be the same thing about women. Do men and other people think that women just all come together in a little group chat and say, today guys, today girls, let's lie and say that we're scared of walking alone. Let's all lie over 10 years, 20 years, 30 years. Let's all lie together, say the same thing. Is that what it is? Is that how it works? Or is it actually time to start listening to people when they say the same thing over years, consistently? Do you understand? It's truly, truly shocking how dumb and naive and ignorant people really are. It's actually crazy. And it gives me a headache because I'm really not. And none of my friends really are. Do you know what I'm saying? None of my friends are ignorant, naive. We're all elite human beings. And it's just so frustrating that a lot of the UK and a lot of the world aren't. Do you know what I'm saying? So if you're a part of that community that ride for women, believe victims and this, that, then you're an elite human as well. If you're just a beta who's, you know, insecure by themselves and just believe that all women lie about this and all that, then you're no good. Go stick to Steffi's Code and alpha male strategies and them, man. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, like, comment, subscribe, let me know your thoughts. Rest in peace, Sabina. Peace.